mountain of undergrad student loans, credit card debt up the wazoo, my left shoulder, and she went to sleep on my left shoulder. And my loves, in that moment, I said, when? How dare you? How dare you? My loves, welcome to the Rebel for a Spell podcast. I'm your host, Wen Peets. I am so grateful you are here. Let's get going. Financial healing. I am so grateful you are here. Let's get going. Financial healing. Building the dignity of knowing that you matter. My loves, you have been telling me about your journey through healing as I coach you, as we have conversations, as we build trust and deep connections. And one thing keeps coming up again and again. And from my other coaching program and courses that I have related, more skewed to financial healing, I said, you know what, let me share this with you. Because when you have financial freedom, your world opens up in a different way, doesn't it? Tell me below. If this podcast episode resonates with you, rate the podcast, my love. Share it with a friend, because there's somebody else out there in search, in need of this community, in search, in need of a way to be that's different from the way they have always been, or maybe think that's the only way they can operate and move through life. Sharing is how we know we are connected deeply, how we know we are not alone. My loves, I was 20-something, fresh out of undergrad, 20-something years old, fresh out of undergrad in New York, mountain of undergrad student loans, credit card debt up the wazoo. And I remembered I just started working my corporate job, Back then we wore suits, honey, suits and heels. And we served very, prominent Fortune 500 companies in the U.S. So you had to look the part, my love. You had to look the part. Tell me in the comments if this resonates. You had to look the part. Ooh, my love. So I remembered I was walking in Manhattan. I happened to walk by Barney's. You remember Barney's, New York? That store, the exquisite, exclusive, high-end to the high-end designer store. And as I was walking by, a bag just was calling me, glittering in the sunlight, calling me. It was a bag of a certain complexion. And let me tell you, it was classic. It was a classic, understated, which I prefer. Back then, you can clearly tell I'm a different, evolved woman now. Understated. This kind of beigey gray. Oh, beautiful color. Understated, and it was by Celine. Do you know Celine, that high-end luxury line? Celine. My loves, I'm from the islands. Oh, and say, kids, the only Celine I ever heard of was Celine Dion. You know that singer from Canada? So when I saw this bag, I said, Celine, what's wrong with you, darling? Let me go catch the train. I've got to go back to Queens. My loves, I remember straightening my back and walking into that store like I belonged in that store. Meanwhile, I could barely pay the rent of my studio, barely pay the student loan and my credit card, and I was sending money, a little bit extra money if I had, back home to my mom and my brother. So my loves, I was like, you know what? I just want to get close to Celine, the bag, Celine, because clearly she has a relationship with me that I'm not sure about, but I should investigate. So I went in there and I asked the proprietor. I was in my suit, darling, and I looked the part. If she had seen me the weekend before in my jeans and my sweater and my cap, she may have, chased me out of the store. But she invited me. She welcomed me. And I said, hello, I'd like to see that bag. She said, bag. I said, no, not that bag, that bag. Not that bag, that bag. The Celine? I said, the Celine. My loves, when I felt, the leather, the smoothness, the softness, the confidence of that leather. And I sniffed it. You didn't make it obvious, my loves. I just let it slide by my nose, smelling that richness, that luxury, that subtleness of the design. And I just let it slide on my arm like it belonged there. Like Celine and I had been buddies for a long time. I let Celine slip on my arm and she felt like she was made for my left shoulder. She cradled my left shoulder and she went to sleep on my left shoulder. And my loves, in that moment, I said, when? How dare you? How dare you tempt yourself with a bag that you could not afford right now? How dare you tempt yourself with this bag that you would have to, 3 months worth of salary could not even get you close to paying for this bag? I said, how dare you get seduced by this luxury? And you know what I said to myself? Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not get a taste of Celine's design and comfort? And why not dreamcast of where and what I want, my loves? Because yes, I did not grow up knowing what a Celine designer bag was, or Celine the company. But inside of you and inside of me, we all have desires. And sometimes the superficial, the frivolous, whatever desire we have, all of that matter, because that bag was calling me to be honest with myself and recognize that when you like luxury, you like elegance, you like certain things, and why not? Why not tell ourselves the truth about what we like and what we want? And let's tell the truth. A bag is a bag is a bag. Did I buy that Celine bag? Hells to the no. I went down the street and bought me a Nine West bag for like $59.99. Why? But in that conversation with Celine, my loves, that's why I bought that bag. And that's why I had that conversation, had that intimate dialogue with Celine the bag, because I wanted to invite myself to receive the energy of wanting what I want. I wanted to invite myself to feel what it feels like to have the freedom and the opportunity and the choices that money bring. My loves, I did not grow up with even understanding what luxury was. Listen, I grew up in the islands, single mother, working a job, 2 jobs. She was an entrepreneur and she was also taking care of me and my brother, single mother. So money was not something, was a necessity to feed ourselves, to clothe ourselves. There was not that much room for extra things. So I wanted to know how this would feel. What would it feel like to have this option? What would it feel like to dream about this thing? And so money, financial healing, builds a certain dignity within us to help us remember, to remind us that what we want matter. What we dream about matter. Not so much that right now in this moment we cannot afford it. That's not the point. But it opens us up, opens up our soul to being audacious, to having the gall to recognize that, 1, you have a desire. 2, it's valid because it's within you. 3, it does not matter what anybody says about your ability to achieve it, to receive it. You are already worthy of it because you want it. Simple. I wanted the Celine bag because I wanted it. And when we practice punishing ourselves for the things that we want, when we practice talking out ourselves from the things that we desire, when we negotiate ourselves out of wanting financial freedom, we tell ourselves that we are not worthy. We judge ourselves and say, why do you want this thing? You are not deserving of this thing because you are you. And I say, so what that you are you and I am me? And we have come from a certain background and we have all these different aspirational goals. My loves, because you have them, they're worthy. Because you have them, you should and must, if you want to, if you choose to, you should explore them. Why not? Financial healing, my loves. When we allow ourselves to feel all that we feel, because they're there anyway, and explore and be intimate with them, that awareness helps us to recognize, this thing is living inside of me. I cannot undo the feeling because it's already there. So what would it feel like for me to dance with this possibility of having all the money in my sleep, of making money in my sleep? What would I do if I had that Celine bag or get my nails done? What would it do? It would seed the dignity within you and within me to have the confidence to walk in that Barney's New York store, or walk in that boardroom, or walk in that corporate job in your boss's office and ask for what you believe you deserve. That's what financial healing does. It puts us in close contact with a relationship with one of the most neutral resources in the world: money. Money. We all can agree that money is the agreed upon value exchange. We agree? Whether your currency is euros, pounds, dollars, yen, it's the agreed upon value exchange system. So when we shorten the gap between the fear we have of money, shorten the gap between the hesitation, shorten the gap between the shame we feel in ourselves for wanting the thing that we want, then, my loves, it put us in closer contact with our fullest expressions. Because if you know you love what you love, whatever that is, my love. Some of my clients that love getting their nails done, I'm not one of those nails, girl. But now again, I can do that. But it matters to you. For some people, it's the vacations. I want to have 10 vacations per year. That's what you want. You want to spend your money reading and investing and going and getting coaching programs and learning and buying music and going to concerts. My love, all of that seeds the dignity within you. And money matters. Money matters. It puts you into close contact with the things that you want and reminds you that what you want matter. That's why I have the financial healing course coming up, my loves, because I recognized at 20, maybe I was 26 at that point, I recognized that, money opens doors. Money opens doors, not the door of the Barney's New York, but money opens doors within inside us that were once closed, perhaps, by generational lineage, by generational financial hardship. It opens doors for us to feel the breeze of our possibilities and to want what we want. And when you heal this thing, the relationship you have with money, you heal yourself home. Heal yourself home to loving yourself even more easily, tenderly, judgment-freely. And that's what we're here for, my loves. If this podcast episode has resonated with you, if you're interested in the financial healing course that I'm offering, let me know in the comments. Send me an email. Find me on LinkedIn, YouTube, REBELFORASPELL.com. Let me know, and I will share it with you. I'll put some details in the notes of this show, my loves, because you are worthy for what you want, because you want what you want, and you are deserving of it because you want it. There ain't no other reason. There's nothing to prove, no one to convince, nothing to justify. You just gotta do what? Want what you want. My loves, if this resonates with you, let me know. Rate the podcast, share it with a friend. Financial healing, building the dignity of knowing that you matter. I'll see you soon, my loves. Bye.